This is my refrigerator freezer situation. Show you
Nice fridge.
See the difference there. This might be where I'm at most of the time.
Whoa, okay. What's the common theme here? We have sugar, 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 and more sugar. Okay, you have this singer who's young, who's had a kidney transplant, who has had mental health issues, and who has also experiencing troubles with an autoimmune disease. She says, I'm here most of the time eating ice cream. Come on, guys. What the hell? Again, and the point of sharing this is we'll cut to the clip with Kamala Harris and Selena, where they talk about how the solution to America's chronic disease problem of obesity, of autoimmunity, of cancer, of depression, of mental health issues, of diabetes, of cardiovascular disease is improved access to healthcare. Okay, that's not the solution. Increasing access to a broken medical system does not make people healthy. The way that you become healthy is by changing your lifestyle. And until lifestyle and exercise and nutrition is part of the healthcare conversation, we're not going to solve America's healthcare woes. In today's video, we're going to talk about why access to healthcare, particularly a broken healthcare system, does not translate into health, okay? I know a lot of you are hearing, especially during this election cycle, that the solution to America's chronic disease pandemic of obesity, cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, and all of that is just more access to healthcare. But how many of us know someone who's been to the best of the best doctor and did not get a resolution? I have many clients who've traveled the country to meet with rheumatologists, infectious disease experts, whatever, and then all we do is change one thing in their diet or their nutrition or their exercise, or remove some things, and guess what? They get better. This happens all the time. This is why so many people don't trust conventional mainstream doctors, because they exist in silos of specialties. The cardiologist doesn't speak with the endocrinologist. Endocrinologist doesn't speak with the rheumatologist or the ENT, right? These doctors exist and they're great, bless their hearts. They went to medical school to help people, but unfortunately the way that their training is that they don't, the left hand doesn't talk to the right hand. So, people get shuffled around to different specialists. And so the point of this video is to review a very popular pop singer, Selena Gomez. She has a rare autoimmune disorder called lupus. Lupus and autoimmune disorders in general are very expensive. They can become damaging because not only is the tissue that the immune system is reacting to destroyed, but there's collateral damage. People with autoimmune diseases tend to have other comorbid conditions like cardiovascular disease, increased risk of cancer, increased susceptibility to infectious diseases like viruses and so on. So it's important. Now, insurance companies spend a lot of money medically managing people with autoimmune diseases because it's hard to treat, right? You have, there's new biologic drugs. I've had several clients who have recently been on a slew of biologic drugs to no avail. They have a lot of side effects. So oftentimes one drug is given, then there's another drug to mitigate the side effects. And so Senator Kamala Harris, who is running, Joe Biden's running mate for the vice president of the United States, was interviewed by Selena Gomez, and Selena does a tour of her refrigerator. Guys, it's trash. It's filled with trash. And Selena, look, my daughter loves your music. I think your voice is amazing. Hit me up if you want to talk about nutrition, because I'm telling you, if we change your nutrition, your symptoms, I don't know what symptoms, you talk to Kamala about mental health issues, lupus issues. So let's talk about healthcare, but first let's look at Selena's refrigerator. So there's her. So there's Selena Gomez, young lady, beautiful lady. I guess she had a kidney transplant. I don't know what happened or the circumstances there. But she gives a tour of her, actually, let's show this clip first, and then we're going to get into healthcare and her interview with Kamala. But Selena loves ice cream, evidently. Now, okay, you've heard us talk about this whole field of meta-inflammation and immunometabolism, okay? This is the big theme of my book, Belly Fat Effect, that I wrote in 2013. And this is the idea that your immune system connects and crosstalks and communicates with your metabolism. They're inseparable. This is why drugs like metformin that are classically characterized as a metabolic type therapy that can be used for diabetes they're now being used in the field of rheumatology and autoimmune diseases, okay? Why? Because the immune system and the metabolism are two sides of the same coin. So you have here Selena, as young and beautiful and vibrant as she appears to be, her diet seemingly is enriched in processed sugar, and her refrigerator, as we're gonna cut to, is a reflection of that. Okay, so what you have here is inflammation. You have sugar, okay? So we know that the autoimmune disease, lupus in this case, needs to finance its attack on self tissues, joints, kidneys, whatever lupus in her situation is. I don't know the details of that, but the way that the immune system finances those cytokines and antibodies and interleukins and prostaglandins and whatever's being, upregulated is from the metabolic side of the coin. So the more sugar, the more dysregulated metabolism that you have, the more inflammation you're going to get. Again, this has been illustrated by scientists at Harvard as early as 1994, I believe, was when it's the Gottsimo lab is his name. I would love to get him on the podcast. We emailed back in 2012, but we haven't made it happen. Anyway, so your metabolism and blood sugar control directly were linked to inflammation. Let's check out Selena's diet.
Well, I'm glad you asked. This is my flavor at Serendipity. It's called Cookies and Cream Remix. That's me. And it has pink vanilla ice cream with thick fudge swirl and brown cream-filled cookie pieces.
Look, I love ice cream just like anyone does, okay? I lift weights 4 to 5 days a week. I'm super active. I walk everywhere, ride my bike, okay? To have ice cream like that, it's like once every 2 months, all right? You'd have to be very physically active to have the buffer capacity to be able to consume such concentrated sugar paired with fat in an ice cream, which creates endotoxemia. We can talk about that later. This is like once in a really rare situation, a treat, even in like a post-exercise window. So wouldn't advise this, friends. Again, you don't have to be a total health nut to be healthy. You can have a little cheat, but that's a big one. Cookie dough and all the sugar content is probably 50 plus grams of sugar per quarter cup of that. All right, so here's her refrigerator. Again, she was just featured with Senator Kamala Harris talking about how we need to improve access to healthcare, to improve the mental health of America and women of color that have autoimmune diseases. But here's what's in her refrigerator. Selena probably has a net worth of in the hundreds of millions. But anyway, here we go.
This is my refrigerator freezer situation. Show you
nice
the
fridge
there.
Whoa, okay. What's the common theme here? We have sugar, 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 and more sugar. Okay, I just mentioned to you, diabetic drugs are being used successfully to treat autoimmune diseases. This is the field of immunometabolism, okay? Meta-inflammation, they're the synonymous terms. Okay, what you have here is you have Gatorade. Gatorade is Pepsi in disguise, friends. This is crap. What you have here is maltodextrin and dextrose mixed with some food dyes. So you basically have a soda pop. That's what it is. Now they sprinkle in some salt, but that's pretty much it. You have the crappiest orange juice on the planet, what appears to be milk behind the orange juice, and then you have Snapple. Snapple's shit. I mean, this is garbage, okay? Then you have other forms of soda. Maybe it's low sugar, I don't know, stevia, whatever else. Okay, you have what appears to be looks like a ranch salad dressing on the third shelf there, second up from the bottom. Okay, usually those commercial dressings have, guess what? Canola oil, soybean oil, cottonseed oil, so that's garbage. Okay, so basically we have garbage. We have garbage everywhere. Someone with an autoimmune disease should not be consuming this stuff. Now, I know some of you defending her will say, well, Mike, it's probably like her mom's or her roommates, whatever. Okay, there's a lot of that crap in there. Whoever it is should not be eating it. All right, now what you see here is some fruit. I have no problem with fruit, no problem with berries. It appears that there's some raspberries and some strawberries. A few things though that we need to understand with regards to fruit. Strawberries, I've grown strawberries, this is why I know this. Bugs love strawberries, all bugs. And What's different compared to like apples or pears or even blueberries is strawberries grow right on the ground. So they're sprayed with all kinds of crap, okay? So they're one of the most heavily sprayed fruit because they grow so close to the ground and bugs love them because they have a lot of sugar. So you must get organic strawberries if you're going to eat them. And they should be a treat. And these monstrous strawberries that you see, totally unnatural. I mean, when we grow them, these heirloom ones, they're little teeny guys, okay? So we have high glycemic fruit and we have sugar. Not exactly the good diet for someone who probably has the best healthcare access, top 1% in the world, okay? Let's see what's in the freezer.
Where I'm at most of the time.
She says, here I am. If you missed that, here I am most of the time. Ice cream. Okay, remember, you have this singer who's young, who's had a kidney transplant, who has had mental health issues, and who has also experiencing troubles with an autoimmune disease. She says, I'm here most of the time eating ice cream. Come on, guys. What the hell? Again, and the point of sharing this is we'll cut to the clip with Kamala Harris and Selena, where they talk about how the solution to America's chronic disease problem of obesity, of autoimmunity, of cancer, of depression, of mental health issues, of diabetes, of cardiovascular disease is improved access to healthcare. Okay, that's not the solution. Increasing access to a broken medical system does not make people healthy. The way that you become healthy is by changing your lifestyle. And until lifestyle and exercise and nutrition is part of the healthcare conversation, we're not going to solve America's healthcare woes. All right, so here's Kamala Harris.
Hi, Selena. You've been an incredible voice on the issue of lupus, and that disproportionately affects women of color. My sister wrote this year about the fact that she has lupus. It's something that we have been, as a family, dealing with for many, many years. And there's so many women of color who have lupus and are still, struggling to get the kind of attention and treatment that they deserve.
Having been a health coach, nutritionist since 2006, okay, I've seen so many clients with depression, with lupus, with scleroderma, with multiple sclerosis, with rheumatoid arthritis, with weird skin issues. They've been to doctor, traveled the country, and have had no help. They might receive some amelioration or reduction in symptoms from some new biologic drug, but that's oftentimes at the expense of side effects that are unwanted. It's expensive. And what we do is we change their diet, right? We know that their immune system is connected to their microbiome and their gut health and their lifestyle and their circadian rhythms and all that. So we change a few things, and guess what? Their symptoms improve. I've had many clients, especially in the last year, who have been all over the country and received really no benefit, okay? So again, until we involve whole body health and nutrition into the conversation of healthcare, increasing access is not going to solve the problem for a lot of people. Maybe some people have weird genetic issues and all that. Okay, Selena evidently suffers from mental health issues, and Kamala talks about that. Let's cut to that.
Mental health care, the way I think about it is that we have to understand healthcare. You can't just think that the body starts from the neck down. We also need healthcare for the neck up.
I myself have shared my story about my mental health journey.
So, Selena, look, if you're still having anxiety, depression, or feelings of uncertainty or any mental health issues, your diet, you got to change your diet. You cannot be having processed sugar, Gatorade, and bottom of the barrel orange juice. That's just really sugar in disguise, okay? A great book for all of you, especially with winter coming up, is Lost Connections by Johanna Hari. I would highly recommend this because we need to understand that the pharmaceutical management of mood disorders and mental well-being is incredibly biased. The research is not all that good. And there's a lot of things we can do in our lifestyle that are free, affordable to everyone, that we all have access to, that can improve our mental health. So definitely check that out. And just remember, friends, access to healthcare does not translate into health. We need to focus on what is the real reason why you are experiencing dis-ease, anxiety, depression, whatever, and blood sugar issues, inflammation from your diet choices or sedentary activity or circadian rhythm imbalances manifest as as anxiety and depression and can affect your mental well-being. So thanks as always for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you want more of these, let me know in the comments. And definitely check out this book. I cannot recommend it highly enough. It's called Lost Connection by Johanna Hari. All right, we'll catch you later. Bye.